It's kind of funny because I was just looking for some stuff that I could talk about on my channel, and I feel like the universe just sent me a gift. So by now, I'm assuming that most of you, if not all of you, know that Rick Ross got himself in a little bit of an altercation in Canada. He decided to play Not Like Us, and as you would expect, it didn't really go that well. And I feel like he should have known this. You can't just assume that you can go anywhere you want and act any way you want and nothing's gonna happen. I feel like some people from America, and Rick Ross must be one of them, think that places like Canada are soft. Like they don't have street shit. They don't got gangs. They don't got anybody that's going to step up and say anything to you. They do. And a lot of these other countries have places that are worse than America. So you cannot just go places and think that you run shit because that's not how it works. Now, a lot of the vlogs, Twitter pages and stuff are saying that OVO goons jumped him. That's not what happened. So I'm going to break it down and talk about who it was, why I think it happened, and just some of the stuff that happens when you decide to make dumb moves in different places. So this was not OVO goons. If you look very closely, and we're going to play clips from the video, I can't play all of it because I don't want to get flagged for ad suitability, but I will put links down below from a few different angles that I found. Mercules was right there. And in the very beginning of this video, you can hear him say, "You can't play that here." Now, I'm not saying that Mercules was behind jumping Rick Ross because I don't really think he got jumped. And I know I may have titled the video that, but I feel like everybody talking about it is saying that they jumped Rick Ross. So for me to get into the algorithm and get into the Google search, I'm going to take the title that everybody is using, everybody is searching for. Personally, when I think of somebody getting jumped, I think of one person, maybe talking shit or walking somewhere, and a group of people jump that one person. This was a group versus a group. It was an altercation. It was people that just didn't agree on shit that was going down, and he didn't care to stop playing Not Like Us because he really thought that it was like that. He thought he could run up in Canada and do anything that he wanted. Now, all of the people that were involved had Merc hoodies on, so I'm pretty sure this was Mercules' crew, and being smart, when everything went down, Mercules actually threw his hood up and walked off into the crowd. Now, some people might be like, oh, Mercules ran away, but Mercules is actually changing his life. He's making money, he's getting on tours and doing things that he's never been able to do before. And I think that it's smart to separate yourself from that, because if you get looked at as the person whose crew is beating up other people on the same tour ticket, you're not going to get tours anymore. And he just signed recently with Snoop Dogg and Death Row, and I want to say they probably helped put all this together. So if it looks like he's forefront in making this shit happen, it's just a bad look for his career. And so I'm happy that he decided to separate himself, but let's just play the beginning of the video real quick. Now, I've also seen some blogs say that he got punched by people in the crowd, and I don't think that they were necessarily in the crowd because, again, I'm pretty sure they're a part of Mercules' crew. Mercules was performing that night. I saw that he posted about it on Facebook and on Instagram, and he even has a clip where he talks about how his life has changed and how happy he was to be able to be on this tour.
I was about 9 years old. I was this short little fat kid. But I'm still a short little fat kid. I was just 9 then. And I remember begging my parents. I was like, yo, I want to get tickets to the Snoop Dogg Up in Smoke concert. Can I go? Can I go? And eventually they were like, okay, fine, we'll let you go. It is what it is. And I got to call my parents a month ago and say, guess what? It's 2024 and now I'm going on fucking tour with Snoop Dogg. So listen, I'm trying not to cry like a little bitch up here right now, but I'm grateful for every single moment that I've had in this past month.
So again, for him to back out of it, I think was probably the smartest move for his career. Let his boys handle it. Let them do what they got to do. But I have seen a few things on Twitter that I thought were stupid. There was somebody that posted, and luckily it didn't get a lot of recognition or a lot of people liking it and sharing it, but they tried to say that these white boys are calling Rick Ross the N-word with the hard R. And I just want to break that illusion really quick because that's not at all what was happening. The one person that was saying, what's up, nigga, so on and so forth, if you watch the video, it's a black man who's amongst some other white guys. So there's nothing wrong with him saying that. It's not the white guys suddenly saying the N-word and all this crazy shit going on. So I just want to make sure that nobody thinks that that's what happened. What happened was Rick Ross overstepped a boundary. And again, I think that it comes from him thinking that Canada is soft and that he could roll up there and that nobody's going to mess with him because he's got security and he's got dudes from Miami and we're real and we're street and we're, you know what I'm saying? Like that dumb mentality that some people have. And I think that backfired on him, which funny enough, 50 Cent, the greatest troll in the history of hip hop culture, came out and kind of made some jokes about it himself.
You know, I just saw a very unfortunate situation that took place in Canada. And I wanted to say to everyone, you know, that I hope that that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world, you know? That part where the young guy went like, he did this little move and shit and got knocked the fuck out, like right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp. And he might need to go get the Dream Chasers or the 305 Killers.
But all that aside, as much as I feel like he kind of asked for it going down this path, refusing to stop playing it, I'm hoping that everybody's okay, because at the end, one of his boys definitely got slept. His bodyguard almost got slept. The big boy was getting beat on. This man was getting punched, kicked, all sorts of things at one point. If you guys watch the entirety of the video, like shit got really crazy. So I'm hoping that everybody is okay at the end of the day. I do think that this is going to set a very interesting precedent. Now, I don't know if Rick Ross is going to be touring more in Canada. I don't know if there's more tour dates or what's going to happen with all of that. But I do feel like this is going to get interesting if Drake tries to come to America again. And I don't think it's necessarily America as a whole, but Miami, California, potentially Atlanta. These might not be safe places for him and his boys, because people are going to see this and be like, oh, word. Drake got people out there jumping. Okay, all right, cool. You're going to come here. We're going to show you what it's about. And this is why the blog saying, yo, it's OVO goons and all this stuff is not a good look. But even though it's not, and it's people that are just defending Drake, there's going to be some people out here that are going to be like, all right, cool. When you come this way, we're going to show you how we do it too. And I'm just hoping that none of this ends with somebody getting shot or some crazy shit. And I'm not just talking about the big names like Drake, Rick Ross, Kendrick, or anything like that. I'm talking about some of the people that get involved with them, the people that are there, or just random people that want to defend. I just hope nobody gets shot, because this does set a very strong precedent that shit can get real. Now, I do think, though, that it would have been perfectly fine that Rick was in Canada. It's the fact that he decided to play that song, that he thought that it was cool that he did it and disrespected somebody in their own country, in a big city where they're going to have love. And Mercules is not just a random person. His crew is not just random people. They know Drake. So it's not like on behalf of Drake, but it's like, yo, that's our boy. Like, we're cool with Drake. So you're not going to come here and play this and think that it's cool. We're just going to stand around and just let this happen. And I totally get that. It's no different than if somebody that I was really close friends with, like, let's just say I grew up with John Jones. And let's just say somebody came here and decided to diss him, and me and a bunch of people that he's helped and been cool with and been close to, all of a sudden are standing around, and we're not just going to let somebody just disrespect him. We're going to be like, yo, bro, listen, you want to talk, that's fine, but you ain't going to do that here. Here, that's not going to happen. Or shit's going to go, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't condone violence, but I understand why the shit happened. So I just wanted to clear it up, talk about it. I don't think Drake sent them there. It's not OVO goons. They were performing on the same ticket. Rick got a little bit crazy. They checked him. He didn't want to accept it. Shit popped off. It's normal life. So let me know what you guys think down below. I appreciate you stopping in. Oh, I forgot. I did DM Mercules. I tried to ask him what some of the stuff that was said in the beginning was, because you can't make everything out. All I know is I hear Mercules say you can't play that here. His boy seems like he was taking more of the forefront of the argument, but I couldn't make everything out. And obviously it led to somebody getting punched in the face and a whole lot of shit happening. So I just wanted some clarification. It's only been a couple of hours. He's a busy dude. He's got a big Instagram. So it's not like he's just going to see my message immediately, but I have spoken with him before, and he has shown love to my main channel when we were doing music reactions here. So if he happens to see this, you could respond back. I just was curious. Obviously, I think Mercules and his crew is in the right. I think that you can't just go to someone's place and disrespect them and do it in front of people that are friends with them. You can't do that. That this is what it's going to lead to. So he should have just left it alone. He's not Kendrick. He's just trying to jump in and kind of like feed off of beef that he doesn't really have all that much to do with. Like, I get that he knows Drake and they had a little back and forth. Drake took shots at him, but play your own diss track then. Don't play the Kendrick diss track when that has nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like goofy energy. But anyways, I'm out now. Let me know what you think. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.